Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut with Mike Kelly, and we're Real Estate Jerky Daily. How's it going?
It is going well. I enjoyed last night. That was fun. It was weird for me not to drink a beer, though.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
It was. I was like, oh, maybe one.
Well, I had two margaritas. Second one fell over the floor.
Flew off that table. It was skiing.
What are you going to do?
You need one of those little coasters underneath it.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have angled the things down like that.
That's their cleaning crew that's had a little too much fun at night.
Whatever. Anyway, no, it was nice, and it was nice to have the amount of people from Rotary there.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good turnout. And Carla came. She's tired of sitting in her house.
Yeah,
retired now, and it was fun to see her little face there and enjoying the vittles and a 7-Up.
Yeah, whatever works.
Yeah.
So,
shall I go into numbers?
Yeah, go ahead and give us the California numbers.
California, here we are. Oh, wow.
We're down a little bit.
Down a lot. 486 closed sales per day for the week ending October 12th, 2024.
And that's weird because it should have been a lot of September sales. Maybe September sales aren't closing until the next week.
Might be. Yeah, it could be the latter part of September that will be closing next week. 549 pending sales. That's not bad. 672 new listings per day, which is down, I think, from the previous 2 weeks. And there's my thing.
So that's all right. So how much? That's 549. Okay, sales per day, 486 times 486. That's 126,360 for the year. If that's the number.
That's not good. That is not good.
No, because we normally do like 2, 4, way more than that.
A lot more, like 100,000 more than that.
Or more, yeah.
So, hey, 24.4%. Look at that.
Closed the sale
or entered escrow.
These are the people who actually just got back to the survey, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
It can't be out of everybody unless they're looking at every.
Is this MLS. Like the FBI numbers that show that
Chicago didn't report,
or Los Angeles, the places with the biggest
amounts of crime, they didn't report,
right? So everything was down then.
It looked good.
Yeah,
the reports looked really good. Sales will be up, so
that's getting lower
and lower
because those used to be like 1 in 4, and now it's like 1 in 10. Prices will be up. I think 1 in 10 should really be 1 in 4 because prices will be up.
Yeah.
In California.
Definitely. The
listings be up.
Yeah. I think the market this year has just battered people to death, and they're starting to lose their positive outlook.
I'm seeing a lot of people just like, okay, I'm getting beat up. I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
And there's no consistency. Yes, there's people who are closing stuff, and there's other people who are closing stuff, but then there's stuff that falls out, and you're like, okay, that really hurt.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have one fall out today, and I've done everything I possibly can, and it's
the worst part is the amount of time that you waste on this stuff. I wasted a whole bunch of stuff on one transaction that was a big transaction, and and then it fell apart, and it wasn't. We'll just move on from that.
And this was a cash sale with proof of funds, not fraudulent proof of funds.
How'd they have proof of funds?
They had a real bank with real.
Where'd the money go? Where'd the money go?
Oh, they said they had to use it for operating expenses. And I said, but it was a shit ton of money. And I'm thinking, well, you got income coming in. Why outflow, inflow?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Got him a
3-week extension, and today's the final day, and I don't think they're going to make it.
Yeah, that's too bad. They're losing their deposit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to somebody else yesterday, and they were putting a whole thing together, and it fell apart finally. But one of the biggest red flags was the buyer. The buyer only he needed 12 months of bank statements, only provided 9 months.
What?
Yeah.
Well, those other 3 months were no good.
Well, the problem is if they can do 9 months, you can get those other 3 months right away. There had to have been an issue.
There was an issue.
Yeah. And the question would be where, we transferred. Okay, fine. Get me that other account.
Right.
Get me 3 months of that one actually give me 12 months of that one.
So
what?
My auntie is here.
Well,
she says, hello, guys.
Good morning.
Hi, darling.
She got tired of me complaining every time she said, good morning, nephew.
Nephew.
All right. So we have a little bit of news today.
Oh,
not
cool.
a whole bunch. Again, stocks and mortgage bonds are both higher to start the day. Higher, we have mortgage-backed securities are up 1 basis point. So the 10 years at 4.21, the long bonds at two basis points up.
Two.
Yeah, whole two.
Happy Friday.
LendingTree survey. There was a LendingTree survey that recently showed consumers' main reason to buy a home. 62% was flexibility of what to do with the space. 61% did it because of stability. 49% did it because there's no rules with pets. And 42 did it for appreciation and building wealth.
That should be the number one.
Well, that's what we're talking about. That's the fact that that's how that's set up. It really, they haven't been explained how important it is that you build wealth through home ownership.
Right.
I understand the other stuff. Well, let's go back to the pandemic. It's cheaper than rent. Well, it's the same as rent.
Yeah.
I might as well buy. There was no thought in the thing where normally you have to think about buying.
Yeah. Yeah. And think about the equity who bought during the pandemic when it was cheaper than rent.
Well, how about people who bought in 2018 and 2019, and then the pandemic came through, and now they have 66% of equity, which is unheard of. But what I want to get at is there's a quote from Einstein that says the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest. Those that understand it earn it, and those who don't pay it. Right. And that's what we need to educate our clients on the fact of the financial opportunity in buying a home. That is why you do it. Yes, it might hurt right now, but eventually it's going to be on the other side of it. And nothing good is easy. Yeah. And nothing good is, doesn't take a little initiative to get it going. Yeah. So you really got to work on this. Durable goods came out, reflect new orders on domestic manufacturers for delivery of factory hard goods was released in the month of September. Okay. Ooh. New orders decreased by 0.8 month over month, but it was better than expectation of 1% loss. Transportation increased by 0.4, beating estimates of a negative 1% loss, or 0.1% loss. And the core capital goods increased by 0.5 above the expectation of 0.1. So it came in it's still hurting, but it came in a little bit better. But this is that whole thing. We got two markets that are hurting. Manufacturing's hurting, and retail sales is still doing good.
Yeah.
Really,
with the job numbers reported, and then the debacle of we misquoted the job numbers by 1 million. You start looking at these numbers and they're doing a little bit better than expected, and you think, are they real?
Yeah, well, I think everybody thinks, are these numbers real? Because the election's right around the corner. Right. And the question is, we just have seen with the issue with local election stuff, how all of a sudden we have these other numbers came out and changed everything. Right. I don't know what the thing is, but this is such a tight race. I wouldn't put it past them to hold some stuff back.
Could be fluffing.
No, just hold some stuff back. Yeah. Yeah. She already got that job.
She does have that job, and that's how she got it. And so you kind of like the Newsom thing where, we have $68
that's what I was talking
million dollars or $1 billion in a surplus. And wait a minute.
Next week.
I screwed up. The election's done, but I screwed up, and I didn't see that little minus mark over there.
No, we just didn't report it yet.
Yeah.
We held back reporting of it.
Yeah.
Next week is the big week that's going to move the market. We got Tuesday, Case-Shiller, FHFA, which so both of those are where the appreciation is on homes. Jolt's one of your favorite jobs reports.
Yeah.
ADP employment on Wednesday. And then also that's mortgage applications are always on Wednesday. Thursday is PCE. That is the Fed's favorite gauge of inflation, and initial jobless claims. And Friday is the liar report called BLS jobs report.
They should drop the L.
No, the Bureau of Lying Statistics.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
that fits better.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, we just missed it by 1 million.
Just a little much. We just overestimated. Well, again, it's these things. There's lies, damn lies, and then statistics, according to Mark Twain.
Yes.
And that's what we're dealing with. But bottom line, figure your stuff out. Call your past clients, do everything you got to do, get business right now. Yeah, because because now we're going into the slower months.
Right.
That means like Tuolumne County is going to get real slow in Calaveras because they don't do much during the winter.
Well, and then the snow's going to hit.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, that whole thing.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be another snowmageddon too. take out the rest of those decks.
That would be mine.
Oh,
because we got to replace it this next year once I
Yeah.
get some money in here.
well, replacing it and not rebuilding it.
It's rebuilding it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're going to tear it down and then
I
start
have
over.
to. Yeah. Well, in the back, they didn't build it the way it should be built today.
With flashing. Yeah.
Well, not only that, I'm not even talking about flashing. That's standard. 99% of the decks up there don't have flashing.
Right.
But I'm just talking about how close the whatever those boards that go across are supposed to be spread out only 12 inches or whatever. Some of these are spread out a little bit further.
A little 24 or 3 feet.
Yeah.
So it sags and shakes.
Well, only when I walk on it.
Yeah.
But the other side, so one side of it is all newer,
right,
and it's right to code, the new code, and the other side that's attached to it is not, and that needs all to be replaced all the way around up to the front.
Fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
it's going to be costly.
You should form a party and make some vittles and have it call it Decade.
Yeah. If I could get somebody to show up.
Yeah. With their cordless drills and a saw.
Well, it would be fast if you had enough people.
Yeah.
The biggest headache of all that is to stain it so it doesn't do the same thing.
Yep.
And keeping that up. And the biggest problem was when we bought it, they had painted it, but they didn't power wash it because at that time you couldn't use water outside in Wallaby County because it was a
drought,
a huge drought, and they had signs everywhere.
Don't use water.
Yeah. Well, someone said, well, you could have trucked it in. Really? Anyway,
that would have been fun.
So it's Friday. Get out there, get into, I'm looking for additional agents. I need a few more. A few of mine are just not producing anymore.
Yeah.
And I need to work with some people who want to. And if you're a veteran agent, I want to really work with you, because that's our biggest push, is to work with veterans. And I've created a few different courses, a few webinars I have going, and starting to get stuff from it. So, but it's not enough to do anything right now.
There you are.
Yeah.
There goes
I. And the problem is I have a lot of stuff that's nationwide and in states that I'm not approved in. So I'll be providing, referral services for those.
There you go. And is it on your side?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Just not the nationwide.
Oh, it doesn't sing.
Well, nationwide is great for pet insurance.
Is that where you got your pet insurance?
Yeah,
nationwide.
Yeah.
Well,
it's because that's through my wife at Kaiser has it.
I should think about getting pet insurance on FinFin.
Everybody should get pet insurance. The difference is they're actually now going, okay, we're kicking your pet off, or we're cutting it to only to 50/50. Because Marcia had it on Annabelle for 90/10, and she got it before we found out all her problems, and they spent like $20,000 on tests, which cost Marcia $2,000. So she was like, "Oh, it's no big deal."
Yeah,
that would have been a bullet if it was $20,000.
Well, you would have done it more humanely than that, maybe.
George, tell me about the rabbit. Annabelle going, Dad, tell me about the rabbit.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, make it a great day.
Make it a great weekend and a great day.
Yeah. And we will talk to you on Monday. Thanks for being here, everybody. We appreciate you. And bye.
Bye, kids. Because I'm so